Hi all, my name is Joseph. I am with the EFRT team, and I'm going to be explaining the Aroon indicator. The way this indicator works is that it'll calculate the magnitude of two trends, a bearish indicator and a bullish indicator, and we'll use that to determine if the trend is currently going up or currently going down. The way it does that is it has these key values such as 70, 50, and 30, because those more or less are determine how strong the trend is. Anything above a 70 indicates a very strong trend. Anything below 30 indicates a very weak trend. And the points in between 70 and 30 where they intersect indicates that a trend is currently changing. So, going back to this graph over here, or this code. What's going on over here is that this first section is that it's declaring parameters such as what colors the lines are going to be for the indicator, such as the bullish indicator is like a greenish color. The bearish indicator is a reddish kind of color. It calculates the key values that it's looking out for to determine when the trend changes, such as 70, 50, and 30 up here. And then we have the on and in function, which is ran every single time the indicator originally starts. So we have these functions here called set index buffer. And what it's doing is that the first value that is being passed is a buffer index. The second is the actual array that you're going to be looking through. And the third parameter you're passing to it is the data type that you're trying to store. Then after that is a plot index set integer, which works somewhat similar, which is that it starts off with a index as a property identifier, and then it has a value that you want to change, and then set string more or less works about the same way. So regarding that, we now have three functions: I highest, I lowest, and on calculate, all of which return ints. What I highest does is it's a very simple for loop scanner that determines the index of a highest value of for an indicator. The way it'll do that is it'll do a very simple error check to determine if it's even a valid index to begin with. And after that, it'll just start from there and run through a for loop to determine what the value is, what the maximum is, and then it'll return it set index. I lowest works very similar, but instead it'll return the lowest value. Still does the same error checks, and it still uses the same exact for loop, but just returns the lowest value as opposed to the highest. On calculate, what this does is that it still does a little simple error check up here, but then down here is that it calculates which index to start out with, such as if the previous calculated area is greater than the total rates, or is less than equal to 0 for the other one. It'll set that the first index to check out from the Aroon period, -1. Otherwise, it'll just go from the last thing it calculated, and then one before that. And then from there, what it'll do is that it runs a for loop. It starts out from where from the first index that was set. It'll keep iterating, and every single time it'll recalculate the bear magnitude and the bull magnitude and the bear magnitude. Then it'll store that value into an array. And after that is ran, it'll eventually return the total rates, which is then used to determine what the trend is currently doing. And with that, that is how Aroon works. Thank you.